Hey y'all, today's video is going to be geared toward technician class operators, or maybe you're not a ham operator at all. Maybe you just like to talk on CB radio, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. So but today I'm going to teach you how to build a vertical ground plane out of very simple things. Just a little small piece of PVC pipe, a few pieces of wire, and of course a little length of coax here. So stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Redneck Ham Radio. All right folks, I'm back. So one of the first things you're going to want to do for this antenna build is go get you 5 pieces of wire, 5 lengths of wire, and you cut those 5 pieces 10 foot long, and it's okay to measure them redneck style. So my arm width is 5 feet. So I go 5, excuse me, 10 feet. So that's 10 feet right there. And I think I said 10 feet a while ago. 5 pieces at 10 feet. So that's what you needed to get. And I took and I put me a fork connector on one end. Leave the other blank right now. We're going to use this end to tune it with. So then I took my little piece of PVC pipe right here, and I put me 2 self-tapping screws in it. So, and this is pretty simple. So first you're gonna take, so I'm gonna use this one as my top radial here, and let me move this camera where it faces down a little bit here so you can see what I've got going on. So, and here's my my piece of coax, and I stripped it back there a little bit, and I put a fork on the center conductor and a fork on the braid. So where's my screwdriver? There it is. So I take my screwdriver there, and I'm using this. It's going to be my main radial there. So I don't know if you can hold anyhow. You just tighten that up on there, and so that ought to be good enough to hold it. And then you're going to do what you're going to do with the other 4 pieces is it's pretty much the same thing you did here. You're just going to put all 4 of them under the one lug, or we're going to try to. We're going to see if that works. If it doesn't, then you can take and you can actually put self tappers all the way around it. Just remember, you have to run you a little jumper so that all of them will be at a common potential there. But let's see if we can put these other radials on this. So you'll take your braid, put your braid underneath it like I got that one there, you know. So I hope I have enough screw here, man. Maybe I will back it off a little there. So let's see if we can take it. You know, this probably would be a little better for the build to use ring terminals rather than fork terminals. But the rings, the forks is all I have for the moment, and sometimes, you know, we just have to use what we have. So where we got, there's 3 of them. I'll get one more on there. So we get one more. So there we go. So I got I don't know if you can see that, but anyhow, so I've got my coax braid and my fork, which is going to be my ground radials to make the ground plane underneath that one screw there. So I'm gonna take and tighten that up. So there we go. So that gives us a main radial. Everybody knows, or I hope most of us know anyway, you know, a ground plane that will have a vertical sticking straight up, and then most of the time it has a between 2 and however many ground radials that you need out at roughly a 45-degree angles. So let's go over here and see if we can get this thing elevated and suspended there just a little bit. And this is something too, if you don't have a mast, and I know with the way things are going today's day and time, everything is so dead blang expensive that especially if you want to be in this hobby, whether ham radio or you want to talk 11 meter CB radio, still antennas and mast pipe and all that kind of stuff is pretty expensive. So what we're going to do with this thing is we're going to take this thing, we're actually going to suspend it out of a tree just a little ways, and it doesn't have to be real high, especially if you want to work that DX And 10 meters has been open quite a good bit here lately. And if you want to work at DX, it's going to be, this pretty much is going to perform about like a ground mounted vertical would, which are great antennas for DX anyway. So we'll go off camera here for a little bit, and we'll see if we can get this thing strung up in a tree, and we're going to film that too. So be right back. Okay, y'all, see, I'm back. So we're not going to try to string this thing up very high. So I'm pointing that little old limb right there, and that's probably I can't say for sure. That's probably not but about 10-12 foot or so up. So maybe 15 at the most. So and I'm not going to use my fishing pole today. Today I'm going to just bottle of water, about half, or water bottle about half full, some string. It come from the box store. You can call it a Redneck Heaven, Wally World, whatever you want to call it. But anyhow, let's see if we can get this strung up in here. So see if I can do this on first try. So here we go. Look at that. All right, so that will work right there. So let's get over here. I'm gonna pick this camera up if I can get it a little closer to what's going on here. So well, I hope my battery don't die in the middle of this, but it shouldn't, maybe not. So what I have here, this is the radial end of my antenna. So you remember before when we done the inverted V, you know, we folded this wire back on itself, and we're going to do the same thing. So one of the reasons why I wanted to cut this 10 foot long is so number one, it can be tuned to operate on 10 meters, or you can operate on a CB radio. It just depends on how you tune it and such as that. So so I'm just going to fold this up here, and I turned you around the wrong direction. Actually, it'll need to be this way, because I'm going to take this end of the string here, take this end of this string, and I'm going to tie it to this piece of wire. And it doesn't matter, not at all. So so we've got that. I'm gonna grab the other end of my string here, and I'm gonna start picking this thing up and see if I can get it high enough here. So see if you can, I'm sorry, turn you around here where you can see. But anyhow, so I've got this thing, here it is, strung up in the tree there. Let me get this piece of string tied off, and I'll be right back, and we'll get these radials spread out here, and get this thing on the analyzer and see if we can tune it. All right, y'all, see, I'm back. So you see how it's barely suspended. I mean, 16-18 inches off the ground, all it is. You can see it going up right there. It's where it's twisted, and all I've done with the radials, and I mean, I'm sure this isn't necessarily the right way to do things, you know, but sometimes, you know, just to get us on the air. And this is also a great idea for people that like to activate parks on the air. So I had just a little bit of technical difficulties there. I guess I bumped the camera, and I recorded about another 5 minutes of video, or thought I was recording 5 minutes of video, and I wasn't recording nothing. I just talking my head off. But anyhow, about the last thing I said, I was talking about this is also a great idea for people that like to activate parks on the air. And what I done with the radials here is I took the piece of wire and I just stuck it down in the ground. And I know that will have some effect to resonance, you know, but this is just trying to simplify things to show that what we can do and what we can make work. And so another thing that I was saying is that as soon as I turn this analyzer on, I've got it a coax going over here to the analyzer. we see this thing is resonated at 19 megahertz. So and so what we'll need to do is we'll tune it here in a minute. We'll take that fold up at the top. We've got it wrapped, and we just have to wrap a little more until we get it resonant. And really you would need to do the same thing with the radials. We're gonna see what we can get to work here. So if you're on a CB band, I know a lot of people like to talk on lower side of channel 38. I think that's 27,385. But middle of the CB band would be channel 20, which would be what is it, 27.205 megahertz. So you can try to achieve that to tune your antenna. Technician classes on 10 meters, they can talk between 28.3 and 28.5 on sideband. So we'll try to. That's where we're going to try to tune this thing is for 28.4 megahertz. So I'll be right back. My battery's about to die on this thing, so we're going to see if we can finish this up. So I'll be right back. All right, folks, here we are. We're back. So and my phone is definitely fixing to die, but after getting this thing tuned, I see I have it there at 28.403 megahertz, 1.3 SWR. So anyhow, something else that I did find out, remember I said something about the ground radials, they do make a difference. So and I just got a battery power alarm on this thing, but anyhow, they do make a difference. And so instead of just turning it back against its putting it in the ground, I've got some of these landscaping spikes, and you know, I've done the same thing. I just put it against itself, and it done it just like that. So anyhow, so hey guys, hey, I'm back, and I have decided that we're gonna see if we can make a few contacts on 10 meters out of my mobile. Now if you look, it's gonna be in that antenna. I don't know if you can see that from here, but that's that antenna that I've got strung up in the tree there, ground mounted vertical that we just made. And I am in my truck, and what you see here is a Radio Shack HTX 10, 35 watts. These are great little radios. So if there's an operator out there that wants to be able to get on 10 meters and not break the bank to buy a radio to do it, you can probably find these for between 100 and 150 bucks. I think I paid right at $150 for this one, and you may be able to find them for less than that, you know. So but anyhow, I think I had heard a little little activity going on there on 10 meters. Let's see if we can get a
backfield. Whiskey Victor 4 Lima. This is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima.
So I can't hear the other party, so and I hate to butt in there. I'd like to wait for him to say QRZ or goodbye or something, you know, before I try to get in there and make this contact. Let's see if we let's give it just a minute and see if we can make this contact.
Signal audio and signal. Okay, Wayne. Thank you very much, Evan. Whiskey Victor 4 Lima. This is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima.
I think that may have just ended at a Q, so it's kind of hard to tell. And I kind of like to adhere to the Dick's code of conduct, you know, so I don't want to talk on anyone. Here we go.
This is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima. Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima, calling security X and standby.
Alpha India 5 Bravo Lima. We didn't make it that time. Yeah, sometimes we have to be patient doing this. You know, we hear someone off in the distance, and there's just tons of people that want to talk to them, and we just kind of have to wait our turn or see. You know, sometimes the propagation just doesn't come this way. You know, so especially sporadic E. So We'll give them another few minutes maybe and give it another try there.
Papa India 5, Bravo Lima, this is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima.
QSL, and the call is still Alpha India 5, Bravo Lima. Alpha America India 5, Bravo Lima, QSL.
Papa America India 5, Bravo
Oh,
Lima.
well, it's kind of tough sometimes. Yes, Alpha India 5, Bravo Lima, Southeast Mississippi. I can't give you a signal report because you're not registering on the meter, but your audio sounds good in South Mississippi there, QSL.
Okay, Alpha India 5, Bravo Lima.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. QSL, proud to make the contact there, Roger.
Roger, okay, Brad. Brad, repeat my signal, please. My signal. Alpha India 5, Bravo Lima. This is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima.
Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima from Alpha India 5 Bravo Lima. I will say your signal report would be a 3x3. 3x3, QSL.
Roger, okay, Brad. Thank you very much for the signal 3x3, okay? Thank you very much for the call. Thanks for answering. 73 and Zodiac and Alpha India 5, Bravo Lima. This is Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Lima. Thank you very much.
QSL, thank you very much. 7-3. All right, so it was a struggle. I mean, this we're 35 watts on this little radio, so it was a little bit of a struggle to make the contact, but we did prevail. We did make the contact all right, so we know that antenna it actually does work, so it's possible. This was the first time I had built one of these myself, so I just kind of thought of the idea and said, well, we'll see if we can make this work, and boy howdy, it does. So anyhow, I don't know if I'm in this shot or not, but maybe I am. I am Alpha India 5 Bravo Lima. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like this content. If you want, hit the notification bell if you want the notifications. If you don't, well, don't. But anyway, until next time, have a blessed day, what's left of it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this is Alpha India 5 Bravo Lima, and I am going QRT.